Today, on the Weekly Affair, we're going to discuss the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on various service providers and business owners. Joining us is Soneni Mazundu, who runs a fruit and vegetable shop.
Okay, COVID-19 affected our business in such a way that initially people were barred from coming into town. So that meant we had fewer customers, obviously. Even the vendors, some of them were turned back because the police were requesting for letters for essential services only. So at times we would open for a short while and then have to shut down because the police have come here to chase the people away and send them back home. So obviously that has an effect on our sales, on our income, and that's how it mostly affected us. During lockdown, we had to get letters from the ZRP to say that we are essential services. We are part of essential services. So we had to get letters for each and every employee, and we'd come to work in the morning. Sometimes we'd have to close for a while and then open again later because we've been told to shut down. So but the suppliers were coming in because we were part agriculture, being part of essential services. The suppliers were coming in and would have a good supply of goods, but maybe not as many customers.
We also talked to a vendor who operates at a market along Robert Mugabe and 4th Avenue. She tells her experience during the COVID-19 lockdown.
I could cut with him over and everything actually the guy is being which is Salankaya. You can go to the Pilgrims in my second unless it's been to the other things that took a school and hospital. That's a strong place of Salawali and support the video. I will attend when I end the Motor Studio. One of the 9 place where it's if you put a muscle service better than Sigma, we're good at taking my way. We have things in Pekingese into the breeding come at things around which category was right. And I'm saying, looking what's cut out from what's coming directly to contribute things. As she said, I'm a young service and to issue the service. That's more we are explaining without a moon ringer. What I'm going to be, I'm going to police to be in kind. One may look here to look at the child, who names the child, so to the mamma. Now, after the mamma get it, tell me, you may look at the mamma is trying to.
Okay, my name is King, and my trainer. So, COVID is actually affecting me a lot because, one, in terms of intensity training, you are constantly tired. You can't train as much as you desire to train. Plus, it has been bad with clients. Clients are falling sick here and there, thereby giving them a long breaks out of training, which affects their metabolism. With that, you just have to do some side hustles and try to do something little just to keep yourself sustained at home. Look for side jobs, all that. The gym. So what we try to do, we tried to have a certain number of people come at the gym at a certain time, and we try to separate the training sessions. We'd have a morning class and an evening class. Then we'll try to social distance, one person per machine, and we'd constantly sanitize people.
Cynthia Chuma, who works at a beauty parlor, said they had to take necessary COVID-19 precautions and fumigate the place every week.
My name is Cynthia Chuma. I'm an attaché at Rati's Beauty Parlor. During COVID-19, it was very hard because at first we were closed, but when the government asked us to open, we opened, but we were taking necessary precautions, which were we using sanitizers and we fumigated every week. Everyone was asked to have letters for traveling, and some of them didn't even have them. So our clients came at limited numbers, and sometimes didn't even have any clients due to COVID-19.
My My name is Precious Ngwenya. I run a business, a salon, renting, selling the cosmetics, hair products, Nivea, all the foundations I do supply. COVID-19 affected us actually as we the suppliers, because we get our hair and all our products from South Africa. So during lockdown it was hard for us. The business was very, very low, and how we could survive with the cross-border guys, but it wasn't easy. The way they were bringing stuff, it was so difficult, and the percentage, it was high. Everything was too hard for us. But we managed, through God's grace. We pulled through, and we are back again to business, and we are trying by all means to supply all the hair, like all the braids, weaves, what. Right now we are now getting the suppliers from Tanzania. So we're hoping, like, as business is now picking up, we're just hoping like by August we were surviving. Through the borders were closed and the salon again were closed. So now we were now surviving through the through networking. We'll be sending our stuff through the phone, selling our things through in the car or at home. Some of my clients I used to deliver them at home, and some of my clients I could go and work with them at their houses. So that's how we survive.
My name is Pamela Ngwenya. I'm a beauty therapist. I work by a modern plastic salon. I do makeup and nails. COVID-19, it's kind of crazy lockdown. Things were terrible. It was bad. We were at home, trying to work from home, but it was not the same. The customers couldn't come to us. Roadblock everywhere. It was terrible. Then when we came back to work, things were slow. People don't have money. People didn't have money. And abanye abantu bayabegula bengezwa kahle lama flus and safety amapolice ayebuya futhi we have to be safe, this and that. Sometimes we just close early around 3 or 6 depending with what the president says, but otherwise it hasn't been easy. Now we're just trying to rebuild, and we look forward to the future, at least with the cleaning. Thank you. As for the products, the beauty products, can say no malayicha, but it was tricky. Sometimes the things won't come the side to so we just try to work with 1 or 2 things that we just get here. But we just try to experiment and just make it work. Otherwise, it was tough.
Primrose Puri, the founder of One Stop Consultancy, talks about the business opportunities that came with the COVID-19 lockdown.
I'm Primrose Puri from One Stop Bookkeepers Business and Tax Consultants, and we specialize in bookkeeping, tax services, and I would like to inform you about how the COVID-19 affected us as an organization. You know, besides all the other negatives, I mainly want to focus on the positives, effects of COVID. You know, when we started COVID, we had to make sure everybody was in the office. In every branch, rentals had to be paid. But because of COVID, you know, we learned to work from home, thereby cutting down on rentals, cutting down on transport costs for all of our employees. We've learned to work remotely through the use of digital platforms, you know, social media platforms. You know, it has become the norm. You know, back in the day, you wouldn't have like a video call with the client on WhatsApp to discuss, let's say, their financials. But then now it has become a norm, you know. And the other positive thing is our working hours now, they're not limited to 8 to 5, you know. You can work throughout, even from 5 after work hours to 11, because everybody's in the comfort of their homes, you know. Even after the whole intense phase of COVID, we still maintained, you know, working from home, because it had become so comfortable, you know, so cost effective. And we discovered these other diseases like maybe flu, for instance, you know, bugs that would catch on easily. You know, every week there's somebody in the office who's down with flu, but now, you know, it's a thing of the past, because everybody's at home and we're always wearing our masks and stuff like that. So the chances of getting those infections and stuff like that, they've really, really gone down. So as much as COVID has come with its negatives, you know, I think we've looked at it from another angle, you know, to say, okay, there is this positive thing, you know, that has killed many, that has brought a lot of businesses to their downfall. You know, how can we make the best out of it, you know? And for us, it has been a positive. You know, we've realized now, instead of going and seeing one client maybe in an hour, you can actually have your meetings online, and you realize that within the hour you've met three clients. You know, time as a resource on its own has been saved up, you know.
Thank you for joining us today on the show. We were catching up with the service providers and business owners to see how our COVID-19 affected them. Do join us on all our social media platforms at Site Zimbabwe. It's a goodbye for now.